This is Dr. Padma, uh, Professor, Department of ECE, Gokaraju Rangaraju Engineering College, Hyderabad. Let us see on the types of satellites with respect to its orbital position. In that context, we'll see about the medium Earth orbit, which is also called as MEO. So here, this MEO is somewhere between GEO and LEO, and it has both the advantages of and disadvantages of both the LEO and GEO has been taken care by the MEO. So here, these satellites move very slowly relative to the Earth's rotation, and it is very easy to simple to design and very easy to operate because it is located at around 10,000 kilometers from the Earth. So that is the position where this medium Earth orbit is being located, and these satellites rotation is around 6 hours. Within 6 hours it can able to rotate in the area of the Earth. So depending upon its inclination, you can able to cover a large area. If the inclination is small, you can able to cover a very small area, footprint area. If the inclination is more, you can able to cover more footprint area. That is with the help of this MEO. So there are few disadvantages with this MEO is there is a delay of around 70 to 80 milliseconds is the delay if it has to transmit the signal for a large distance on the Earth. If it is a small distance, then the delay is very less. If you want to transmit for a long distance, so the delay is increased to 70 to 80 milliseconds. And these satellites also require a high transmit power and especially designed antennas. If you want to have a very small footprint area, specially designed antennas or directional antennas are being used for this application. So coming to the sun synchronous orbit satellite, these satellites rise and set with respect to sun. That is why it is called as sun synchronous orbit satellite. So sun synchronous means these satellites are synchronized with respect to the sun system. It can rise whenever the sun rises. These satellites also start communicating. When it stops or when it is setting, the satellite stops its working. So these orbits are defined as these orbits are always facing the sun. Always facing the sun. These satellites are always facing the sun, and there is and hence they never go through an eclipse. If there is any eclipse, there is a problem because the sun is coming in between the sun and the earth. So there is a problem of the eclipse period. Otherwise, the satellite will be able to do its activity only during the sun is present. And the surface illumination angle is always same for every time. Throughout the time, the angle of illumination is same. So this illumination angle, what is meant by this surface illumination angle? This is the angle between the inward surface normal and the direction of the light. What is this angle? This angle is between the inward surface normal and the direction of light. How the light is being applied onto the sun and how the normal direction the signal is being traveling towards the earth. This means the angle illumination angle of certain points of the earth's surface is approximately equal to 0 because the sun is precisely over that. is 90 degrees at sunset and at sunrise. When during the sunrise and sunset the angle is 90 degrees, so there is a point of the earth's surface which is equal to 0, means there is no transmission of signal. So there are few special cases of the sun synchronous orbit or noon and midnight orbit. So where the local mean solar time of passage for equatorial longitudes is around noon or midnight and dawn or dusk orbit. So this is a special case of your sun synchronous orbit where it can able to work during the noon or midnight, or it can able to work during the midnight or mid-noon. So this is one of the special case, and where the local mean solar time of the passage of the equatorial longitude is around sunrise or set. So this is a disadvantage with this sun synchronous satellite. And this is another type of a satellite which is also called as a Hohmann orbit satellite. We will see with this Hohmann orbit satellite with the help of the figure. Before that, we'll see this is an intermediate orbit which has a highly elliptical in shape. And there is a Hohmann orbit which helps the geo satellite to reach their final destination. These geosatellites will never directly reach into its orbital position. When the geosatellites you want to launch, first it is been initially launched to the Hohmann satellite, Hohmann transfer orbit, and from that Hohmann transfer orbit it is been located to the geosynchronous orbit. Because this Hohmann transmit orbit is nearest to the LEO, that is the lower Earth orbit, that is the position of that Hohmann orbit transfer orbit is nearer to the Earth, and it is connected to the LEO at the point of the perigee. The perigee point of this Hohmann is to the LEO. So we'll see that in detail. So before that, we'll see what is meant by a prograde orbit. So this prograde orbit is where the inclination of this orbit is less than 90 degrees. So its direction is same as the direction of the rotation of the primary. That is the reason why it is called as a prograde. Means it is moving, the satellite is moving in the same direction as the rotation of the Earth. So you can see that the Hohmann transfer orbit, first initially the orbit is being initially first placed at its Hohmann orbit. So the Hohmann orbit is very near to the Earth. It is the perigee point is nearer to the with respect to Leo point. So that is how it is been sent, and from there it moves tangentially. It moves tangentially in its elliptical fashion, and then it shifts to and reaches to the geo orbit. This is your geosynchronous orbit. It reaches to the geosynchronous orbit. When you want to send the geo satellite, it is not directly sent because it is around 36,000 kilometers far from the Earth. It is very difficult to send it towards the 36,000 to travel by the launch vehicle. So initially it is been sent to the Hohmann transfer orbit. From there it takes its tangential shift and it reaches to the geosynchronous position. So similarly, a prograde means it is moving in the same direction. There is a retrograde satellite also, orbit satellite, where the orbit inclination is more than 90 degrees and it is moving in the opposite direction to the direction of the movement of the planet. So that is because it is moving in the opposite direction or in the other direction, it requires more fuel for this satellite compared to the prograde. Prograde means it is moving in the same direction. the fuel required is comparatively less, whereas this retrograde, it is moving in the opposite direction. It requires more fuel consumption for the transfer of this retrograde satellite. So this is because when the rocket starts out on the ground, it moves in the eastward direction, and then it moves towards the launch latitude. So it requires the retrograde orbit. Initially, for the satellite to launch, there is a requirement for this retrograde type of a satellite. And another type is a polar orbit, where it is being placed near the poles and its inclination is approximately equal to 90 degrees. So if the inclination is 90 degrees, it is called as a polar orbit. Less than it is called as a prograde. Greater than 90 degrees, it is called as a retrograde orbit. So there are few examples how the satellites are Intelsat, GeoSat, domestic satellites. So these polar orbit satellites it can also able to measurement of the weather condition. Weather condition can also be identified between 300 to 900 kilometers range is possible with these polar satellites. So it is usually used for national oceanic and atmospheric administration application. For weather applications, these polar satellites are being used. So the time requires for one rotation is 1 or 2 minutes. So if you look at this table tells about the different parameters to be observed for LEO, MEO and GEO applications. Where is the satellite located, at what height? It is around 500 or 5000 or 36,000 kilometers. Its orbital period, how much time it takes for its rotation, or number of satellites that is required for the global coverage. In terms of LEO, 40 to 80 LEO satellites are required. For MEO, 8 to 20 satellites are required. Whereas for GEO, only 3 satellites are required for global coverage. If you compare the life of the satellite, LEO is short and MEO and GEO are long. And number of handoffs, that is when you take the application of your mobile communication, there will be a handoff. How many times it changed from its position is very high in case of LEO and low in terms of MEO, and there is no exchange of handoffs in the case of GEO. And the propagation loss is also maximum with GEO, and LEO it is very less, and MEO it is comparatively high. Thank you.